Welcome. Today we're diving into the world of accessory dwelling units, also known as ADUs. Picture this, an extra living space in your backyard, a cozy haven that can serve multiple purposes. It could be a private retreat for a family member, a rental unit that brings in some extra income, or even a home office. These are just a few of the possibilities that ADUs offer. ADUs come in many forms. They could be a newly constructed standalone structure, an addition to your existing home, or a conversion of an existing space like a garage or basement. Regardless of the type, the process of creating an ADU involves careful planning, from researching local regulations to designing the perfect layout. So, if you're thinking about creating an ADU, stick with us as we guide you through the process. We'll help you turn your vision into a reality and unlock the potential of your property. Before you jump into construction, it's crucial to do some research and feasibility checks. Now, this might sound a bit dry, but believe me, it's the foundation that will set your accessory dwelling unit project up for success. First off, you'll want to check with your local authorities. This means getting in touch with your city or county department that oversees planning, construction, or zoning. It's key to determine if you're even allowed to build an ADU on your property. The laws can fluctuate considerably, but the good news is that many areas have loosened restrictions, making it easier for homeowners like you to add an ADU. Once you've got the green light from your local government, it's time to decide on the type of ADU you want to build. This is where you can let your creativity shine. ADUs come in all shapes and sizes. Some are newly constructed standalone structures, providing a separate dwelling right on your property. Others are home additions that create a separate living quarter, perfect for extended family or guests. And don't forget about conversions. That garage or basement that's been gathering dust, it could be transformed into a cozy and fully functional living space. Remember, the type of ADU you choose will greatly impact the scope of your project, the cost, and the timeline, so choose wisely. Consider what best suits your needs, your budget, and your property. Are you looking for a quick conversion, or are you ready to invest in a brand new structure? Once you've determined your ADU type and ensured it's allowed by local laws, it's time to move on to the planning phase. But don't worry, we'll be right here to guide you through that process too. So stay tuned as we continue our journey into the world of accessory dwelling units. What's next, you ask? Well, it's time to break out those blueprints and start designing your dream ADU. The design and planning phase is where your ADU starts to take shape. This crucial step involves dreaming big, putting pen to paper, and turning your vision into a tangible, actionable plan. It's all about creating a blueprint that is functional, aesthetically pleasing, and within your budget. The first step is to collaborate with an architect. Now you might wonder, why an architect? Well, an architect brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to the table. They can help you navigate complex building codes, optimize spatial planning, and design an ADU that's both practical and visually appealing. They'll work with you to create detailed plans for your ADU, taking into account the layout, size, and functionality. Layout is a crucial aspect of the planning process. It's not just about fitting the necessary components into your ADU, but doing so in a way that maximizes space and creates a comfortable living environment. It's about asking questions like, where should the bedroom be in relation to the kitchen? How can we create a sense of privacy in a compact space? And how can we incorporate natural light? Size is another key consideration. The size of your ADU will not only impact its cost, but also its functionality and comfort. Whether you're planning a cozy studio or a spacious two-bedroom unit, the size should align with your needs and the local regulations. Functionality, too, is fundamental. Your ADU should be designed to serve its intended purpose, be it a rental unit, a home office, or a dwelling for extended family. The design should accommodate the specific needs associated with this purpose. Once you've nailed down the design, it's time to talk about money. Budgeting and financing are integral to the planning process. It's important to have a clear understanding of your budget and explore financing options early on. The cost of an ADU can vary greatly based on its size and features, so it's essential to plan your finances accordingly. With a solid plan in place and your finances sorted, you're ready to start building. Remember, the success of your ADU project hinges on thorough planning and thoughtful design. So take your time, do your research, and make informed decisions. The construction process is where your ADU truly comes to life. The first step of the construction process begins with the foundation. This is where the groundwork for your ADU is laid. A concrete foundation is poured and anchor bolts are installed to provide stability for the structure. The foundation is the bedrock of your ADU, offering the support needed to build upon. After the foundation is set, we move on to framing. This is where the skeleton of your ADU is built. The framing process involves constructing the walls, roof, and floor system. This gives you a tangible look at the size and layout of your ADU. It's during this stage that your ADU starts to take on a distinct form, resembling the home addition you've been envisioning. Next, we dive into the installation of the MEP systems. MEP stands for mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. These systems are crucial for the functionality of your ADU. The mechanical aspect includes the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, commonly known as HVAC. Electrical wiring is run for power outlets, lighting, and appliances. Plumbing is installed for sinks, showers, and toilets. This stage is all about creating the veins and arteries of your ADU, ensuring it's fully equipped to support everyday living. Once the MEP systems are in place, we proceed with drywall and insulation. Insulation is installed in the walls and ceiling to regulate temperature and conserve energy. Drywall is then hung to create the walls and ceilings within the ADU. This is where the interior of the ADU starts to take shape. It's like adding skin to the skeleton, giving it a more homely feel. Finally, the last step of the construction process is the installation of fixtures and finishes. This includes everything from cabinetry and countertops in the kitchen to the shower, toilet, and vanity in the bathroom. Flooring is laid, doors are hung, and paint is applied to the walls. This is the stage where your ADU truly comes to life, as these finishing touches add personality and charm. The construction process of building an ADU is a journey. It's a step-by-step process, each stage building upon the last. It's a transformation from a simple plot of land or unused space into a functional, livable dwelling. And while it may seem complex, with the right planning and execution, it's entirely achievable. Building an ADU is not just about the construction process, it's about creating a space that suits your needs, whether that's extra living space, a rental income source, or a home for extended family. It's about enhancing your property and adding value to your home. Once the construction is complete, you'll have a brand new functional ADU on your property. Building an ADU is a significant project, and it's important to have realistic timeline expectations. Let's talk about how long you might expect your ADU project to take. Let's start with garage conversions. If you're transforming an existing garage into an ADU, you're looking at a timeline of around 6 to 12 months. This includes all stages of the project, from initial planning and design through to the final touches. This timeline can vary, of course, based on the complexity of your project and the speed at which planning permissions and construction can be completed. On the other hand, if you're constructing a brand new ADU from scratch, you should be prepared for a slightly longer timeline. Typically, these projects can take anywhere from 12 to 15 months. The construction phase alone can last between 6 to 9 months. Again, these estimates can fluctuate based on various factors, including the size and complexity of your ADU, as well as the efficiency of your construction team. But remember, these timelines are just estimates. Your project might take a little longer, or you might be one of the lucky ones whose project wraps up a bit earlier. The key is to remain flexible and patient, and to keep your eye on the prize, a brand new, fully functional ADU. And that brings us to the end of our guide. Just remember, building an ADU is a substantial investment, but it's an investment that can significantly boost your property value and provide flexible living space for family members, visitors, or tenants. So take your time, do your research, and seek professional advice to ensure the process goes smoothly. With careful planning and a little patience, you'll be well on your way to adding a valuable and versatile space to your property. Remember, building an ADU is a substantial investment that can boost your property value and provide flexible living space. Take your time, do your research, and seek professional advice to ensure the process goes smoothly.